Hey guys, Ichigami here, bringing you guys a new One Piece theory, and this theory deals with the new Gorosei. We know at the end of One Piece, there's going to be a huge revolution. Whether it's Dragon or Luffy, we know that the world government is going to change. They're going to shake the very foundations of the world government. Rafta will be found. The Void Century will be found out. There's going to be a great battle between the government and the pirates, a great war coming between the pirates and themselves, the government. Everything's going to get tip-turned upside down, and after that, the world's going to restructure itself, and the world government needs to restructure, and it will restructure because the common man, the common people need help from pirates, and we need a new government body. And we know right now the leaders of the world government are the 5 Gorosei, the 5 or 4 old guys and the 1 younger guy. They're the Gorosei. Those who pull the string behind everything. They control essentially the entire government, and they'll deal with all that. And they have been behind hiding the Void Century. They've been behind everything that the government does. They've pretty much written or enforced every law there is, and they put all those in place, and they have their own sense of justice, their own sense of purpose. But we know at the end of One Piece is going to contradict with Luffy's and Dragon's, and there's going to be a huge clash, and of that clash, I don't think the Gorosei will survive. They'll either die or they'll be deposed of, and we're going to need new Gorosei members to replace them. And I have the 5 best candidates to replace the Gorosei with, and we're going to start off with number 1, the most obvious choice of them all, Chief Admiral, Chief Inspector, or Chief of the World Government, whatever his title is right now, Kong. Kong, as you can see, is muscular, battle-hardened, so he's there. He ascended the rank, so he was Admiral, he became Fleet Admiral, and now he's Commander-in-Chief of the World Government. So we know Kong is the next up to step up. We know Kong has a very friendly relationship with Sengoku. We also know he has a sort of lax relationship with Garp. So he has a less stringent view on the world, and he has been every part of the world government. So he knows how it works. He knows what the world needs, and he's more relaxed, and he is the next up in line to ascertain and take control of the reins of the world. Once it gets to turmoil after the end of One Piece, after the final battle, after everything's said and done, we know Kong is most likely going to be one of the new members of the Gorosei. After Kong, next in line is another obvious choice, Sengoku. Now, we know Sengoku has devoted most of his life to the Marines, and he wanted to quit, but Kong convinced him to stay on, keep his title, keep his rank, and stay on as Chief Inspector because he inspires younger Marines, and people look towards Sengoku for a beacon of what it is to be a Marine, what it is to aspire to be the highest point you can be. And he has a more lax view on justice. Granted, he's still a hard ass when it comes to justice. He still knows what needs to be done, but at the same time, he is more lax in the sense that he can understand things. For example, he knows duty and he knows how to take a chill pill. Marineford, for example, he knew he had to execute Ace, and he followed those orders, and he was willing to go to war with the Whitebeard Pirates to make a public execution to show pirates they're not fucking around. This is what we're gonna do, and that's how we're gonna do it. But at the same time, like, he could see the loss of life. So when Shanks showed up and decided to end the war, he could reason with Sengoku, and Sengoku allowed him to take Whitebeard's body, Ace's body, and he allowed them to grieve in peace, and so the Marines could recoup. So he knows when to do give and takes with pirates, and he knows how to balance that. So he is another choice that would go up there. He's a more lax choice, and he makes the perfect balance of hard ass and knows when to pull back. Next up is Monkey D. Garp. Now, Garp is in the same boat as Sengoku, but Garp is more of a lax character. Garp is more sympathetic, but also he is a hard ass when it comes to doing what you have to do. Marineford is another prime example. Garp loves Ace, but he knows Ace is a pirate, and he knows what happens to pirates. That's why he went to Luffy to avoid that path. But at the same time, he was willing to let them execute Ace because he knows it needs to be done. Like, pirates need to know, and he has no qualms chasing down pirates. But at the same time, he also has no qualms befriending pirates such as Gold Rogers, befriending criminals such as Dan Dan. But also, he has no problem shutting a pirate down. Like when he shut Marco down, when he tried to save Ace, he knew the execution had to happen. He even stood in front of Luffy. Granted, he let Luffy hit him and one-shot him, but he was willing to, and he was kind of at odds with himself over Ace's execution. He knows what his duty is, but he also has a soft spot to understand that because you're a pirate or a criminal doesn't make you a bad person. And we need someone like that in New Gorosei. We need someone with that perspective, and he is in good enough terms with Kong and Sengoku to be a voice of reason in their ear. Now, the next one is a bit of a departure from the typical, because all the Gorosei so far have been male, but this new member I want to propose is a female, Suru. And why I put this And why I bring Suru up is because Suru has been in the trenches with Garp and Sengoku. Suru was there years ago, and she is a fearsome warrior. Don't get it wrong. Just because she looks like a frail old lady, she's fierce. Because for years she chased down Doflamingo, and every time she got near Doflamingo, he fled. Now I know what you guys are thinking. You know, it's the Marines. He has no problems just running away. But that's not the case, because we've seen him time and time again fuck with other Marine members, and we've seen him time and time again attack them. Like, he even on Punk Hazard, he went one-on-one with Smoker, and he was willing to kill Smoker and other members of G5. And he's not one to shy away from fighting a vice admiral like Smoker and killing him. But when it came to Suru, he always ran from her, and they assigned her, and they're fairly confident that she could take Doflamingo, and that was her white whale. She always chased Doflamingo down. That was the person she could take down. So if she is on the level of Doflamingo, and as you can see, Doflamingo is no pushover, that means Suru is at a level of Doflamingo, which is a pretty high up there, one of the highest Shishibukai or 7 warlords, as you may. And she has no problem chasing him down. Even when he was defeated, she had to be the one there, because that was her white whale, and she is at that power level where she's stronger than about 80% of the pirate world. And like I said, she's been with Garp, she's been with Sengoku, she has that dynamic with them. She's loyal to both of them, but she adds another dynamic to it, because she's not afraid to call them on their shit when it needs to be done. And with the Gorosei and people in power, you need checks and balances. So she's not afraid to check Garp or check Sengoku. And she has the muscle, and she's old, so she's wary, she's seen the world, she is wise, so she's adds another perspective to that. And finally, the last member I want to talk about is a younger, just like we have 4 older Gorosei and 1 young guy, we also want to bring in a young guy for a young perspective, and that's going to be Kuzan, aka Aokiji, whatever. And why I say Kuzan is, granted I know now he's on the Whitebeard crew, but I feel like Kuzan has a sense of justice, and he wants to be a Marine. Because don't forget, after the Marineford War, he was recommended by Sengoku to take his place, but the Gorosei wanted Aikenu, so they ended up having a fight, and he quit because he could not be a part of Marines and follow his own justice under Aikenu's strict justice, so he left. But at the same time, he's been wondering, he joined the Blackbeard's crew, and I say quotations because we don't know if he's really a pirate. We know he's not a pirate because he saved Smoker from Doflamingo, and what it could be is the fact of a mole or a double agent as he's infiltrating Blackbeard's crew, and he's trying to find out what Blackbeard's about, what's he doing, and he wants to bring that to light to help the world, because he knows the type of danger that Blackbeard poses, and he has that relationship with Sengoku, and we know Sengoku has done this before. He used Korozan or Rosani to infiltrate Doflamingo's family, so he can also be using Kuzan to infiltrate Blackbeard's family and find out like how it's going on. And Kuzan infiltrating the world of a pirate, he brings a fresh take on it because he's been a Marine, and he has good relationships with both Garp. That's why he didn't kill Luffy, Sengoku, and even Kong, because they're willing to promote him to be the one who answers to Kong directly. So he has that relationship with them, but he also has a perspective of a pirate because he's lived among them. He's traversed the world as a pirate, so he sees both sides of it. So as a member of the Gorosei, he can see the side of the criminal, and he can think like them. He can also think like the Marine and see the best course of action to take when it's dealing with any problems or calamities in the world. And these 5 are the best choices to replace the Gorosei, because the Gorosei as it is now is pretty corrupt and pretty hard ass. But with these 5 who are strict but yet more relaxed than previous Gorosei, they bring up a new perspective and a fairer and just world for everybody, not just pirates but everybody. And we know the world needs the world government, because pirates would just be running amok if no one to check them. And these 5 have a strong sense of duty, but at the same time they won't do stuff like Buster calling the island for no reason, or they won't go ahead and have impel down prisoners escape and keep it secret from the world, because Sengoku wanted to publicize that to the world to protect the world. So they have a strong sense of justice, and they know what needs to be done to protect the world, and they're willing to do it. So this is my theory, guys, on who will be the new Gorosei. If you like this video, if you agree, let me know in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, because with the new Gorosei comes a whole new Marine structure, and I'm going to be showing you guys who I think will be the next Fleet Admiral, who the next Admiral will be, who the next Yonko will be. It's a series of theories I have on the end of One Piece, and I even have a theory on what One Piece is itself. So be sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos, guys, and hit me with a thumbs up, and Ichigami out.